think when you take a look at the challenges that business managers have, it's extremely demanding clientele base that they have to serve, right? You have a global 7 by 24 type of clientele base. You need to be able to respond quickly to them. You need to have information at your fingertips. Obviously, cash flow and bill payment is central to the offering that they do, and you need a platform that is secure and scalable. Consolidated information reporting for tax prep is a big part of it. I often say that bill payments the input and financial client account prep's the output of business interest, and have lots of different payment streams that they have. So if you have systems that don't talk to each other, it can certainly be an issue. They can spend a lot of time just trying to track information down. You need to be able to have access at their fingertips, which means mobile, because that's their device of choice. And inherently, that business model's not scalable. So they need to find other ways in which they can scale their business, because ultimately how they service their clients is inherently not scalable. If you take a look at the typical tech stack that a business manager uses, and in some cases they'll use multiple platforms where different teams are on different platforms, but kind of that classic use case where they're getting on the various bank portals. They're using QuickBooks, which is a single entity general ledger system. They're storing documents up on a shared drive or OneDrive, and then they're using Excel as their main kind of reporting platform. What ends up happening, because the information's it's all siloed. There's lots of data entry that's in multiple places, and they don't trust the information. They got to double check it and recheck it. It really lacks. One is the timeliness. Two is, as they add clients, they had to add staff, which is an issue, because certainly attracting and retaining talent's a huge problem these days. Whereas if you had an integrated platform, then they're able to find that information much more easily. They're able to scale their practice much more easily. It eliminates some of the risks that's involved when you have those gaps between systems. So when you look at Eton and our Atlas 5 platform, these are all the major components that we have within our system that allow them to be able to facilitate this business management services, starting with invoice ingestion, ability to be able to have that be AI powered so we can scale that practice, that low value first mile data entry. We're working on trying to eliminate that with our AI capabilities. We have some great services, which I'll get into in a little bit. Approval workflow, which is a must, and the ability to have the client be involved in that approval workflow via the mobile app is a key component. Payments, we are bank agnostic. We look to integrate and have tight integrations with as many banks as possible. We also have integration with Bill. At our core, we're a multi-entity general ledger system, so that is a big step up from QuickBooks, certainly. Also, we have a number of standard reports that are available in the system. We facilitate daily reconciliation of credit cards and banks. And then you look here at the further in terms of investment data, integration, and client portal. These could be additional components that firms may or may not want to incorporate. We would obviously recommend that you want to provide that holistic view of a client's wealth, that complete balance sheet, that you include the investment side of it. And we could do that seamlessly through our data aggregation and investment integration into our general ledger. And also, I think now what's becoming more common, especially since COVID, is providing a digital client experience for your clients where they can either via their desktop or their mobile app be able to look at their information. The business manager is able to publish certain information and control the views that end talent can see. They can white label that experience. So these all kind of are one uniformed, complete tech stack for them. And then the other thing is that this is built on top of world-class infrastructure. We use Microsoft Azure, where data encryption, 24/7 monitoring. We look at all these things because we are a Microsoft development partner. We really leverage that stack for the benefit of our clients. And then we're also SOC 2 and ISO 27001 compliant. So that means that we have controls in place and that we've been tested against those controls and audited on a regular basis. So those are just kind of part and parcel. The underpinning of the infrastructure that we have is world class. And then really here is where the kind of the key differentiators are for us that allows these firms to be able to future-proof their business. You hear a lot about AI. Some of that is buzz, but some of that is like real world impact that is happening extremely fast. But what we see AI doing is not replacing the accountant or the bookkeeper. AI is going to replace, the accountants that don't use it. So the accountants that do use AI are going to be the ones that are going to replace the accountants that don't use AI, because it's going to allow you. Really, what you take a look at is unstructured data, right? Unstructured data is invoices, statements, those type of things, transactional documents that are not in a way that can be easily consumed into a database. Well, AI really changes that. AI can interrogate these documents. AI can learn about these documents. AI can facilitate that first mile processing. APIs and integration. So you're talking about third-party bank data, you're talking about third-party credit card data, you're talking about integrations with other key systems that they have. And it's really important to be able to, one is we feel to be open platform. And two is the other key capabilities is to do that wherever possible via API integrations, because they're much more secure, they're much more scalable than kind of file transferring type of integrations. Business intelligence, Aaron's going to demonstrate some of the capabilities on this, but because we are a Microsoft development partner, we have the Power BI capabilities within our suite. So internally, a business manager can create dashboards around key APIs for their business, as well as be able to do custom reporting for their clients that's available via the portal. As I mentioned, a really elegant digital portal, like digital experience for their clients. And then services. I think this is what makes us kind of unique, is that we have a global operations center in India. We're able to provide outsourcing services on a really cost competitive basis, as well as being able to use really high quality talent over there. So things like, reconciliation, tax prep, a lot of type of services that we can help augment the business manager's staff with.